House Pajamas Tour, but we're here, Miss Sarah Fraser.
Oh my God. David, how much fun was that? How much fun? Every single person that bought a ticket and came on, you guys were great. I'm telling you, the questions were all across the board, from business to Bravo to stories about my husband. I mean, it was so good. I freaking love our listeners. It was great. And I have to hand it to you because I had some doubts. You had said, I can run the whole Zoom. I can let people in. I can moderate. And I thought to myself, oh God, is this, I've ripped something about our sandwich shop. If this Zoom is a disaster, I'm going to get destroyed online. You came through. You're good in a pinch. You are good in a pinch, and you know what you're doing on Zoom. Look at you.
This is what I do for a living, baby. I've run, you doubted me. Listen,
moderated Zoom forums. Like, I know you do interviews with
but
big profile people.
Well, I've been to so many meet and greets. And during the pandemic, I went to Dodie's book signing online, virtual. I did some virtual things when we were stuck home. And so I observed, how does it work when you have on 50 people on the Zoom? We had way more than 50. Guess what, guys? I hate to break it to everyone. We're doing it again. Like, let me tell you something about how life works over here. When you have a business idea, if it fails, you don't do it again. For all the people that are talking out there, we're just doing here. So we are truly, all kidding aside, doing another live show. So a lot of people are going to come back. People the day of were asking for tickets. I'm like, sweetie, they're sold out. Like, we're not just making this shit up. They were sold out. Everyone at the last minute was like, I want to come in an hour. There's physically nothing I can do. They are sold out. For everyone who didn't come, we're doing another one. For everyone who came, I love talking to listeners too. We're doing another one. So we can wait to announce that date if you would like.
Yeah,
Sarah's looking at me like, are we about to announce the official? We have a date that we're circling. So, all right, Sarah, we'll wait a minute, but we're not waiting 2 minutes because we need at least 5 weeks to sell 6 weeks to sell the tickets. And if you look at the calendar, yeah, I'm looking at the calendar. So it'll be a Wednesday again, guys. So we're going to do it again. So get ready.
Oh my God, you guys, he is something.
Girl, I'm not kidding you. The next show we do, we're announcing it. So
we're on it. But wait, I do want to quickly shout out our sponsors for the live event. So if you didn't get to this live one, you're going to come to the next, but we have to shout out SoKidsSoar.org. Really helps children, lots with autism, with learning disabilities. It gives them amazing experiences in the DC region. They're looking to expand nationwide. If you are looking for a charity to donate to this year, SoKidsSoar.org. Fantastic. The other sponsor was Panda Exteriors, pandaexteriors.com. They do roofing. They have been so successful in their roofing from essentially Massachusetts all the way down to Florida. So if you need a roof, please reach out to them. You can tell them David or Sarah sent you. You get 10% off your entire roofing project. It's awesome. And by the way, they actually support SoKidsSoar.org, and they give free roofs to veterans. So veterans, if you know a vet who is struggling, owns a home, owns a trailer, needs a roof, they will come in and do that roof for free. So pandaexteriors.com, huge shout out to them.
Huge shout out to them. Love you guys for being sponsors. And I've already said, Sarah, if you want to sponsor the next one, we take repeat sponsors.
They should. I'll talk to them. But and anyone else that's interested, it's a terrific. I think the audience enjoyed them. They were really great. We try to get sponsors that we really love, businesses that you guys are a part of that are doing good things. So inquire, thesarahfrasershow@gmail.com if you'd like to sponsor our next podcast.
And before we go today, I do have to say, not right now, let's start the show with some other stuff. I do have a question. Someone pleaded their case with me that they could not attend. And we're going to get into some Jeff Lewis drama because somebody does have a question that they begged me to read on air that they were going to ask in person. And they basically broke down. And everyone who says I'm not a nice person, I am. And I feel for this person who wanted to attend, but at the last minute had a conflict and just said, I just was dying to ask you guys this question. I said, we'll ask it on air for our good friend, with our good friend, Sarah Fraser. Okay, now you want to talk Kenya more?
Yeah. What's going on? This story is insane. So essentially, for people, backstory, they're filming RHOA. Insiders are saying it's bananas, best season in years. Kenya hosts an event. At the event, my understanding is there were some sort of posters on the wall, I believe promoting Kenya, a product, etc. She ends up putting a picture of the newbie over those, apparently giving oral sex to some dude, like a porn photo. She replaces these posters with. People were at the event. Now, this is wild to me because Drew Sidora says it's the wildest thing she has ever been a part of. Now, is it Eric Robertson or Erika Robertson? I need to look because this has made it to page 6. Okay. And
And there's a
thought it was
lot of conflicting. So, I mean, right.
yes.
She did it about Britney, and apparently, and I covered this on my Sunday show, my mini chat very briefly. So, apparently, Britney said that Brittany Ida said that something like I have a gun to take care of bitches like you, or I have a gun for bitches like you. So that's right. Kenya put up the pictures of apparently Brittany Eddie performing oral sex. The rumor is that Brittany then said, you know, I have a gun for women like you. There's a lot of people, right? Drew's saying she's floored. A lot of people are saying that, right? Eric Robertson, a photographer who was on the scene, added in a now deleted tweet, I'm still trying to cover myself. I can't even take a photo. My mouth fell to the floor. I was in awe. It was the deadliest, excuse me,
Bless you.
scene probably ever filmed on the franchise. I mean, excuse me,
Bless
everyone.
you.
I'm sorry. I'm just very. So apparently, Brittany is saying that she never mentioned that anything about a gun. Other people are backing that up. Brittany is posting a lot of stuff about bullying and what the word revenge. Here we go again with revenge porn and what revenge porn means in Atlanta. You know, she's saying in Georgia, the distribution of explicit images without the consent is a criminal offense, blah, blah, blah. Stop bullying. Other people are saying Brittany was not even in attendance at Kenya's event, and she did not threaten Kenya with a gun. Kenya shocked party attendees at her hair spa with posters of Brittany performing oral sex. Right. And Kenya has now come out and said that I can't reveal storyline. I'm not going to break I'm not going to break the contract, but, believe half of everything you hear and believe half of what you see and nothing of what you hear. She's now also said, I would never engage in revenge porn. I have never distributed private images or footage of anyone nor solicited images owned by others to use, threaten, or blackmail. I'm not even sure if posting these posters actually meets the definition of distribution, because here we go again with Ariana. It's different in California than in Atlanta. Got to see what distribution means. But she says, I have always been vindicated. I can't talk about story even with people peddling fake news. So here we go. I don't know. I don't know what really happened. It's a developing story. And I'm here kind of for the new season of Atlanta. I mean, I have hopes. Lots of people are telling me not to have hopes, but I mean, this could be good. A bunch of young, hot newbies. Kenya. I mean, I love Kenya. Portia. This could be good.
I know. Well, it'll be interesting to see how Kenya is going to explain this because, yeah, I mean, that Eric, the photographer posting and deleting, there's somebody that's not associated with it. So what benefit does he have to making something up? He probably doesn't. And in fact, what he probably had to do is, because you and I have filmed for RHOP, RHOBH, you have to sign a waiver. And I'm sure within that language, I've never read it, but I'm assuming within it, they don't want you to leak secrets. They're asking you to not do that. So I wonder if he got a call from production, someone that was like, can you remove this? I mean, why else would he post and delete it, right?
Yeah.
So it seems pretty incriminating for her. I mean, could this be a whole nother Rachel Leviss situation going down, that would be
I didn't think
certainly,
that
I don't
putting
know.
up, I mean, I'm curious because I always just think of revenge porn like Misha Barton and like sex tapes and that and like phones as dissemination, but I never really thought about if it was a poster. So this is going to be an interesting one for the legal books. Like, does posting something